What's up, traders? So let's do a complete multi-time frame analysis of USDCHF, DXY, and CADCHF. What we see that these three pairs today currently giving us a nice looking trading opportunity. So let's see how we can trade this instrument. Now starting with the USDCHF. Now USDCHF, as you can see that this is the 4 hour time frame and we see a significant trading opportunity. Now, before we discuss what it is, let's do a complete multi-time frame analysis. Then we'll come back to this time frame to see how we can trade. Now, on the monthly time frame, we see that USD CHF has created a strong bearish price action currently. Why? Because if you look at the bigger picture on the monthly, what you see that USD every month creating a series of lower high on the monthly. Now you can see if you look at the overall market structure on the monthly, you see this is a nice looking bearish price section. Now at the same time, if you consider this long week on the monthly time frame, what you can see that this week basically represents a strong selling pressure. That means that there is a huge load on this level now for dropping. So on the monthly, we can expect USD CHF to drop because of this pressure from the top. Now at the same time, if you look at this market structure, bottom of this level, what you see, there is a nice trend line here that we can expect. This is the support here, support here, support here. Now that trend line has to be tested as a support before creating any move, as there is a gap here. We can see an imbalance in this zone. So with that in mind, USDCHF currently preparing for a drop. Now looking at the weekly, you can see that weekly time frame, the price has created on the weekly, there is a series of lower high has been created and then has broken down. This support level has been broken. If you draw this level of support here now, what we see that on the weekly USDCHF, basically this support here, all the support, all this zone has been broken with this red candle, and then with this green weekly candle, we have seen the price tested this support as a resistance. And now as soon as the market opened this week, we have seen a very strong drop. Now we see that drop basically a sign of deceleration, and we could see USDCHF slowly melting to the downside to this long-term level of support. There is a high probability. Now looking at the daily, on the daily, there is a crossover of 20 period and 10 period moving averages. This is the one thing. Another thing is that we have seen daily there is a this with this green candle, it's basically a fake move to the upside, tested this previous support as a resistance with this green candle. This is the acting as an important level of resistance on this move. As you can see, there is a big move happen. There is only one candle that's not related to this movement. That green candle can act as a resistance, and that is what happened. We see that the price just rejected from this resistance and from this 20 period moving average, and next day, that means the yesterday, we have seen from that zone creating a lower high, USDCHF started to drop. Now what we see that USDCHF, as soon as the market opened today, the sellers didn't make any mistake, they started to sell off. Now we see on the daily time frame there is a head and shoulder, and then the price is breaking down. That means that this is a reversal pattern, and it is difficult for the price to break to the upside with that structure. As a result, the price always follow the path of least resistance, and we can expect now USDCHF to continue to drop. Now if you look at the 4 hour time frame, this is where we are tempted for trading this instrument. You can see that there is a very important level of support has been broken with this 4 hour. There is a support here, support here, support here has been broken, and at the same time, you can see this resistance here. There is a pattern you need to look for. Is you see that there is a strong rejection from this zone, and there is the same rejection, there is the same. So from this zone, there is a lot of sellers who selling a lot. There is a strong rejection on this 4 hour time frame in this zone, and every time the price was going there, creating a series of lower high, signing that USD preparing for a bigger drop followed by a smaller retracement. We see that another drop. So this is what we are doing currently. On the close of this candle, we'll consider shorting according to the rules of our strategy. If it fulfills all the rules of our strategy, we'll consider going short on USDCHF with our students with a high risk to reward ratio. Now let's look at DXY. Now as you see that dollar is getting weaker, and this is the 4 hour time frame DXY. We see that there is a reversal pattern, and now the price is breaking down on this 4 hour time frame. You see that we have seen on USDCHF already dollar is comparatively weaker. Now we see that, you see, the price has created a kind of a double top here on the DXY, and then there is another one here, and then has broken down, followed by a narrow retracement. Now we see that a DXY is melting again. So this is a very important level of support, like the one that we have seen with USDCHF. From this zone we see that DXY is melting to the downside, and this is what we see, that the price is breaking down. And this price action is basically a reversal pattern. When you see a strong move to the upside followed by a retrace, vertical move down followed by slow retracement, this is a reversal pattern, and we can expect now DXY to continue to drop. As you can see that long term price action, if you look at the long term, this is the weekly chart where we see possible bearish price action. Now if you look at the daily as well, we see on the daily the price has created a lower high from this resistance, and we can see there is a gap opening on the daily on DXY. If you look closely, you can see that there is a gap opening on the DXY, and with that gap opening we see that, yeah, DXY now melting down. So with that in mind, this is a head and shoulder like the USD and DXY looks like they're preparing for a bigger drop to the downside. We could see a bigger drop, and with that in mind, on the 4 hour time frame, there is a significant trading opportunity from this zone, and that's what we will be doing with our students. We are watching price action for a potential shorting opportunity to the downside with a high risk to reward ratio with our students. Now the only thing is that we will trade only one, as both a dollar, and we will not double up, as you know that. So which one will give the best, we will be entering the trade on this one. Now CADCHF, you can see that CADCHF also doing the same thing. This is the 4 hour time frame, and we see CADCHF just melting down. Now if you look at the bigger picture monthly, this is a very very strongly bearish market. You see that the past month, this is what exactly I mentioned in my weekly forex forecast as well. On the monthly, the price has created this narrow doji here. So this doji is bearish. Why? Because from this resistance, important level of resistance, you can see that first of all there is a back to back quite a few monthly rejection in this zone, rejection, and followed by another rejection. So back to back 3 months strong rejection. This month the price went above on the monthly, created a series of lower high, and we see that cat CHF now slowly melting down. Now the way the price action has formed, we could potentially see a bigger move. Why? Because you see that cat CHF, this is the monthly long term trend line. Okay, this is the long term trend line, and this trend line has to be tested if in case cat CHF to create a bullish move. So to do that, the price needs to come to this. You see there is a narrow red candle on cat CHF. Price needs to come to properly test, and to test this trend line as well if it wants to create a bullish move. So to do that on the monthly, the price needs to come to this zone. That is a bigger move waiting for cat CHF. Weekly, we see every week the price was creating a series of lower high, including the last one is doji. That's the sign of deceleration. We see every month red candle and series of lower high. That's a strongly bearish sign. Now looking at the daily positive, we have seen a doji, narrow doji on this below this 20 period moving average. First of all, there is a strong bearish candle followed by a weaker retracement. Now we can expect a drop on this one. So with that in mind, on the 4 hour after this doji, in this local time frame on the 4 hour, we have seen a nice looking head and shoulder. Now we see with this red candle the price is completely has broken out of this head and shoulder. So where is the entry point for us? You can see this is the neckline of this head and shoulder. We are expecting this is the support here. After close of this candle, we can expect the price to go ahead and test this neckline, this support as resistance, and then we can expect the price to continue to drop. So this is what we will be doing with our students. We will be observing the price action for a potential shorting opportunity on CAD-CHF with a high risk to reward ratio with our students. Now, if you find value in this analysis, give a big thumbs up and also don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you soon in my next analysis.